Hey guys, Tom Kelly here. I'm the host of the Reminiscent podcast brought to you by Elemental FM. Now, last week, we tweeted out looking for suggestions on inexpensive and healthy snacks. And our listener, Matthew Pollock, the great grandson of Jackson Pollock, actually, he tweeted at us letting us know that we can make our own granola. And last week, he tweeted back a photo of his own homemade granola that he made taking his own advice. And I just want to show that little asshole that I can make better granola than anyone. So, welcome to this special edition of Baking with Reminiscent.
What the fuck is coconut oil?
This recipe calls for coconut sugar, rolled oats, coconut oil, pecan halves, sliced almonds, shaved coconuts, dried bananas, maple syrup, not syrup, asshole, and vanilla extract. Now, I used imitation vanilla flavor. I hope it's the same thing. I was looking for something without alcohol in it because I'm a huge nerd. And whatever, we're gonna do our own thing. I have no idea how to bake, so straying from the recipe scared the living shit out of me, but we're gonna go for it anyways. All right, we're back. So I'm reading this recipe from my Amazon Fire, and this recipe is from minimalistbaker.com. So the first thing that Minimalist Baker tells us to do is preheat the oven to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 4 degrees Celsius. So we have our oven on 325. The best way to make sure that it's running is to put your head inside of it and feel the coils for yourself. All right, I'm going in.
Oh yeah. All right, that's hot.
Perfect. All right, so the next step is we're gonna add all the dry ingredients into a bowl. Now when I'm mixing, I like to use an orange bowl, but you can really use whatever color bowl you like. They're all pretty much the same, but I just find orange really pleasing on the ears. So I'm doubling our recipe here, so I'm gonna do some very quick math. The recipe calls for 1.5 cups of oats, so I'm gonna do 3 cups. Now we only have a 1/2 cup measuring cup here because our single cup is currently scooping out dog food. So let's see, we have a 1/2, 1 cup, 1.5 cups. Now if you remember, that's the original recipe. We're doubling it. 2 cups, 2.5, and 3 cups. Perfect. Just for a little extra. All right, so now we're going to add the almonds. What the fuck are the almonds? The recipe calls for a 1/2 cup of almonds, so we're gonna do... Don't you hate when you open these things and they just fly everywhere? It happens all the time, but it's okay. It happens to even the most veteran bakers. I see it on Chopped. So, sliced almonds. Oh good. 1/2 cup, 1 cup. Next up, we need 1 tablespoon, double that, 2 tablespoons of coconut sugar. Our tablespoon's currently in the coffee container. Ooh, yeah. Tablespoons is a really awful American system that we like to use just to confuse the piss out of everyone. How many teaspoons is in a tablespoon? Who knows? That's what your iPhone's for. So we have the coconut sugar. Next up, we need 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. And the sea salt goes in 1/2 teaspoon. Where's Salt Bay when you need him, am I right? Okay. All right, so the next step, and I always get a little messy around this part, you want to stir all the dry ingredients together. Now, I'm using this metal octopus looking thing, but you can use a spoon, a fork, a knife, or even your bare hands. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Oh, fuck yeah. So now we're just gonna go ahead and set these dry ingredients aside. And the recipe tells us to, saucepan. What the fuck's a saucepan? Oh shit! Almost forgot about the coconuts. Let's see how these taste. Tastes like coconuts. All right, half cup. Mix it again. God damn it. My arm is getting sore, I'm telling you what. Woo! I'm going bare hands on this. Oh yeah, it feels good. Now I got my saucepan. Put on the little burner. You can put on the big one. Doesn't matter. It's okay. It's up to you. All right, so we've got our coconut oil here. It's a little hard. I was expecting it to be a little bit softer, but I know that it does soften up over heat. And now we're gonna need 6 tablespoons of coconut oil. It's a lot of coconut oil. Did you know some hippies use this shit instead of brushing their teeth? That's crazy. And there's a 6 that just kind of fell off in there. Man, I am making a mess. But that's okay. Baking is supposed to be fun, and sometimes making a mess can be fun. You don't want to do that. So up next, we'll need 2/3 cup of maple syrup. Now, I'm using Aunt Jemima's because I can't really afford Miss Buttersworth. And to be frank, she's been getting pretty exclusive lately, and it's kind of pissing me off. All right, 1/3 and 2/3. All right, wow. Now that looks good. All right, now that the oil and the maple syrup is combined, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of the vanilla extract, or in my case, the imitation vanilla flavor. Stir it back up, pour it over the dry ingredients, we'll be good to go. Close enough, am I right? Give it another stir, making sure that the syrup and the oil is all combined together. Make sure your neighbors upstairs are making as much noise as possible. All right, now let's pour it evenly over the dry ingredients. You want to make sure to thoroughly soak everything. And there we go. Now the thing that will make this granola nice and chunky is getting an even coat of the maple syrup and oil and vanilla combination really soaked into every little bit of the dry ingredients here. And I'll tell you what, this is smelling amazing. Just kind of want to take a bath in it, you know? Just feel it between my shaft and ball sack. That would be nice. All right. Damn. All right. Now, if I could find where the fuck I put my baking sheet, we'll get this all laid out. All right, now that I got my baking sheet, we're gonna use our fingies and get this spread out nice and even. And this just has a wonderful texture to it. This is gonna have some very nice toothsome qualities once this is done, I can tell you that. Ooh. Oh man. Just want to roll around in it. Get all sticky. I'm not sure how this will turn out. Maybe I should have used a bigger pan. But we'll see. I'm proud of myself either way. So now that the oven has been preheating to 325 this whole time, we're ready to take our dry granola and introduce it to Mr. Oven. So here we go. Ooh. Now that smells good. Now, since we have to wait 20 minutes for the granola to bake, you might as well have a dance party. Am I right? Cue the music, DJ! And now that our granola is done baking, we're going to take it out of the oven. Be careful, it might be hot. Wow, this turned out perfect. You can see that it's a nice thick sheet, so we can break it up like a nice tray of meth, and it'll be some beautiful crunchy granola that you can add your bananas to. You can serve it with milk or yogurt, or really an infinite number of ways. Well, actually, there might only be like maybe 4 ways to consume it, but half the people who voted this year can't even count to 4, so I guess you can consider it an infinite amount of ways. All right, I just got showered and got the place cleaned up so my girlfriend doesn't kill me. But who knew baking could be so messy? But we're finally here. We're done. We have our finished pan of granola, and you can hear how crunchy that is. Listen. Fuck yeah. All right. I'm going to break it up with a fork here. Just kind of scrape it off the pan. That's beautiful. That's exactly what we like to see. Oh, yeah. All right, so we're here and we're going to try out the granola for the first time. I've got the finished granola in a yellow bowl. You always want to have the finished granola in a yellow bowl. It's just, it's the international standard. If you put it in a green bowl, no one's going to know what the fuck it is. We got yogurt. We got some Greek yogurt here. We're going to try it out with yogurt and with milk. Personally, I prefer it over milk to eat like cereal, but I'll fuck with some yogurt every now and then. Oop, got a beard hair in there. Gross. You don't want that. That's it's not good protocol. I know from watching Chopped that your presentation and your plating is just as important as the meal itself. Well, I only have these $3 bowls from Target, so Alton Brown can go fuck himself. I don't really know what to do for you. Put some granola in here. Came out nice and chunky, just like I was expecting. I got some almond milk, vanilla almond milk. I'm lactose intolerant. Wasn't always that way, but copious amounts of milk. Moment of truth. Let's do this. Damn, that's good. But let me do this. Got some dried banana chips here. You can add any kind of dried fruit that you want, or not dried fruits, up to you. To be honest with you, this is all I can find in the grocery store. I'm really bad at shopping. I can never find what I'm looking for. It took me like an hour to find the ingredients just for this. Not familiar with my local King Supers, or the soups, as we like to call it here. God. It's really good, especially with the milk. Try it with the Greek yogurt. Now, this is made with dairy. As I said, I'm lactose intolerant. Oh well. Yeah. That really hits the spot. So overall, I spent about $40 on supplies. And that's only because I didn't have anything. I didn't have a single thing you needed for this recipe. So this will be enough to make breakfast. This is one batch. It's almost a full yellow bowl here, the granola bowl. I can probably make between 8 and 10 of those off the supplies that I bought. It's probably a month worth of granola, maybe more for 2 people. So for $40, I mean, that's, breakfast every day. That's a pretty good deal. All right, so one more time, I want to thank Matthew Pollock for suggesting to make granola. It was a really good time. It was a lot of fun. I don't think I've ever baked before. So big shout out, big thank you to you for writing in, giving us the suggestion. And we want to thank minimalistbaker.com for the recipe. It's really, really good. I mean, you can add, experiment with different fruit. And I think this is something that I'll be making till the day I die, which could be any day now. Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
But I got my coffee here, and this is going to be a breakfast ritual. So again, my name is Tom. I'm the host of the Reminiscent podcast, brought to you by Elemental FM. You can tune in every Friday for a new episode at www.elemental.fm/reminiscent. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Overcast, Stitcher, Podbean, pretty much anywhere. So, Tom Kelly, signing out.